Hey YouTube. So today, I just had to talk with my boyfriend, and, so I'm pregnant. We've been dating for almost 5 months now. We've known each other a little longer than that, but yeah. So I just wanted to talk about what I talked to him about, because I don't know if I'm, like, wrong or what, but, so, I was, like, talking to him, I was like, well, what do you want, like, for the future, because, like, we were talking about living together, and I was like, well, do you want to live with me, or do you want to live with me because of the baby? And he's like, I want to live with you, and I was like, okay, but what if I have a miscarriage? Like, are you still going to want to live with me? And he's like, yes. I was like, okay. So, you know, I just want to, because he has this thing where, like, I'll literally ask him what he wants, and then he goes, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you mean, what do I want? I'm asking you what you want. What do you want? Not what do I want. But anyway, because that's what happened when we decided to get into a relationship. We were in bed, and then he was like, or I was like, Devin, what are we doing? And then he was like, I don't really know. I was wondering that too. And I was like, yeah, I just want to know, like, what are we doing? Like, what do you want? and then he's like, well, I don't know. What do you want? And I was like, that was not the question. The question was, what do you want? Like, not what do I want? What do you want? And I was like, do you want to be fuck buddies? And he's like, no. And I was like, well, we're not in a relationship. And then he's like, well, we do things that relationship people do. And I'm like, yeah, but we didn't make it official. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want? Do you just want to have sex? And he's like, no. And I was like, what do you want? And then he goes, well, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do I want? I asked you what you want. Not what do you want? You know? He just does that. And I'm like, come on, man. I asked you what you wanted. You need to know what I want to know what you want? I don't fucking think so. I'm not the fucking dictator of your life decisions. You can tell me what you want. You don't need to know what I want. You need to know what you want. That's why I'm asking. Okay? Because, like, I would have been fine, you know, with whatever. But yeah. I can't wait for my hair to grow out again. I don't like the short hair. Yeah, I just don't. I cut it, and I just hate it. But anyway, I'm sorry. But anyway, so today I was talking to him, and I was like, you know, would you move in with me for me? Not just for the baby, because, you know, there is a baby growing inside of me. And I know, you know, it would be beneficial if we both moved in together for that, but at the same time, I don't want to do it for that. I want to do it because we want to live together, not because of a fucking baby, you know, because I can take care of the baby. I don't need you, you know, but even though it would be harder, but still. You know, people do it all the time. And I just want to make sure that we're both happy and on the same page. And he's like, what do you want? I'm like, no. What do you want? And then I had to ask him a bunch of questions. And then he finally told me, yes, I would live with you. Even if there was no baby, even if it miscarried, I would still like to live with you. And then he goes, I just didn't want to pressure you. And I was like, you're not pressuring me. I just want to know what you want. Like, that's all I want to know is what you want. Okay? That's all I want to know is what you want. But yeah. So please, everybody, if you're in this relationship thing where somebody goes, what do you want? You gotta go, no, what do you want? Because it's important to communicate what you want. If someone asks you what you want, you gotta tell them what you want. And if you don't know what you want, then you gotta tell them that you don't know what you want. You know? Don't feel like you're pressuring them, because you're not, okay? Anyway, so I was talking to him and I was like, well, how about in the future? 2 years from now, I want to be gone from this town. And I told him that, and I was like, what do you think? Like, do you think you would move with me, or do you think you're gonna stay here? And then he's like, well, I need time to think about that. Which makes sense. We've only been together for 5 months, and we only see each other 4 times a month. Which sucks. And I calculated it, and I calculated that we've approximately spent 180 hours together, which is 7.5 days in total hours. Which is not a lot. Maybe 8. I'm probably, maybe about 8. But anyway, that was about the approximate thing. Because I was just curious. And I was like, Devin, we've only been dating for 7.5 days then. But anyway. And then, that's just the way I see it, because, I don't know. Sorta. But anyway. So yeah, I was telling him, that I wanted to move in the future. And he's like, well, I'm scared of big cities, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. Well, I hope you realize that, if you don't move with me, that we're gonna break up eventually. Because there's a baby on the way. I feel like we should just get that out. Get that out there. Because, I don't know, that's what I want. I want to move out of this town. Because this town is ass. It's full of crackheads. There was a shooting literally a few streets away from my house. Okay, I don't want to be here. There's nothing to do here except for eat. And I'm fat enough. I don't need to eat. Okay? That's not all I need to do. There's not even a good mall. The mall has like 3 stores in there. And the rest of them are all closed down. It's awful. There's nothing. So yeah, I want to go somewhere. I want to do things. I'm 25, in 2 years I'll be 27. I feel like that's a good year to get the fuck out of this fucking town. And I told him that, because he's 20 right now, and I'm 25, so he'll be, 22? He's still young, and I'm like, okay, well, if we don't want the same things in life, well, I just want you to know that we will end up breaking up. And that's just going to be the reality of it. Not necessarily right now, but, we could live together and, you can help me with the baby. But at the end of the day, I do want to do that. Like, I do want to move. And then I asked him, and I was like, would you still, even if I moved away, and I asked him, would you still, help me pay for the baby? And he said yes. 100% yes. And I was like, okay. Well, that's good, at least. Now, he's a real sweetie, okay? I really believe him. And he wants to go to all my appointments. He's a really, really nice guy. It's just, well, yeah. So I'm just thinking, am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for telling him that? Because I feel like I'm stressing him out. Because I called him and I was like, boy, I'm not, I love you. I'm not trying to break up with you, but I'm just telling you. That's what I want in the future. I'm not as young as you are. I know what I want in my life, and I'm going to do that before I turn 30. And that's really just it. And then he said he needed time to think about it, which is fine. Because, like I said, we've only been together for 5 months, and we've only spent 7.5 days together in total. Which is not a lot. At all. But yeah. But anyway. So yeah, but I did cry. I cried because I felt like not like I was breaking up with him, but kind of in the future. Because he said he didn't know, and I was like, well, if you don't want to follow me till the ends of the earth, then you're not the one for me. You know? I want someone who will travel with me and go with me if I want to move. You know, I don't want someone to just sit back and watch me leave. Come on. Like, you know, if you don't love me enough for that, well, then you're not the one for me, and that's okay. And I told him that. And I told him, even if we do break up, I will still love you. But we won't be together. But I'll still love you, though. And I told him that. But I told him that I still love him now, and I also told him that I didn't want to break up with him, but the reality of it is, if he doesn't want to move with me in a few years, then yeah, we're going to break up because I will move without you. And I told him that. Because, I mean, I feel like, you know, I'm at the point in my life where I know what I want, and I should follow my dreams. It's, you know, you only have one life, and I don't want to spend it in this fucking town. Okay? I just don't. And, you know, he needs to respect that I have dreams, and he does. And, you know, if you don't want to come with me, then you're not the one for me. Right? I mean, it makes sense. Your soulmate will be with you. Yeah, forever. Not even just inside, but externally. You know? But anyway. But yeah. I don't know, but I don't want to stress him out. Like, I feel like I stressed him out a little, and I don't want to do that. I just feel... But I do feel sad. I feel sad that I said that to him because... I don't know, I don't want him to feel like I don't love him. Because I do. I do love you. You need to understand that I have dreams. Like, I have dreams. I'm older than you, by the way. You know? I'll be 27 when he's 22. So I'll have more figured out in my life than he does. Most likely. Maybe not. Maybe not, though. Maybe when he's 22, he'll have a business. Who knows? If he ever becomes rich, I hope he shares some with me and the baby. I'm sure he would. But anyway, I just, you know, please help. Please help. I just need mental assistance, I don't know. But that's really it. That's what me and him talked about, and I do feel bad. And I hope I'm not a bitch, and I told him multiple times, I do love you, and I'm not breaking up with you now, but I'm trying to tell you the reality of what will happen in the future if you don't. Like, and I told him, I'm not trying to rush him, and I told him, you know, it doesn't mean that I don't love you, but I'm gonna go, because nothing's gonna get in the way of my dreams, at all. Yeah. Because I'm gonna make my dreams come true. Yeah. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think, I guess. Hopefully you don't think I was a bitch. I don't. Not necessarily, but I feel like I probably stressed him out just a little, and I stressed myself out too, because I was like, I feel like a fucking cunt. No, but come on, man, I gotta follow my dreams. Everyone has dreams, and I deserve to follow mine. I have a life, and I only have one, and I want to do what I want to do. You know, and if my partner doesn't want to do that, well, then we're going to break up. That's what I told him. And we are having a baby together, so I feel like it's important to talk about the future. But yeah, that's really it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.